Trap versus Bunny. So as I said, Bunny had actually a broken arm a little while ago, and during his GSL group, unfortunately it did mean that he had to play with the broken arm in order to get the prize money. As in GSL, you have to play the match in order to earn the money from it. And of course, there was not in the best of form. Still managed to play some pretty good games, but unfortunately was not able to close them out and really be able to get into a comfortable enough situation to find the win. But seems as though he's recovering very, very nicely. Has been doing very well in these qualifiers, just not been able to quite find the victory. And we're gonna see if really what form he's in, because he's playing right now. Excuse me as I move around. Playing right now versus a Trap whose form is, I mean, I would say pretty good. Of course, did just get that 2-0 against Joe, was super solid in those PvPs, or those PvPs, and is now placing down a proxy pylon in a PvT. And unlike PvP, where you just hide a pylon across the map, that's not the case. In this matchup, that means you're hiding some sort of tech, and it might be a Stargate across the map. I imagine that's what's going to be. There we go. It's most likely going to be used for that Oracle, but potentially could see a bit more cheesiness. I don't think we're going to see other pylons go down. We, of course, have the Nexus. So, most likely it's just going to be that Oracle and some early harassment. And gotta say, I love the Trap being a little bit more creative here. As this Reaper has actually found its way into the main unguarded. There is nothing there to help these workers as the bunker goes up. 2 Marines are on the way. Already 2 probes have gone down, and the Reaper gets away. And Bunny, a good start to this game, but the Oracle is going to be on its way soon. And right now, I think Bunny is more worried about the fact that there's an Adept across the map in his natural base. You know, that's really the main thing that's going to be worrying you right now. I don't know if you're going to be ready for this very, very quick Oracle. Has some nice dodging there with the SCVs. Just not to lose a single one. Here we go. It was not chrono boosted, but the Oracle is out nonetheless and across the map a lot faster than it would be otherwise. 2 Adepts also going to try and find their way into the natural base. Find some kills here onto a few of these SCVs. There we go. Oracle is also here looking for some 1-taps. Already going to find 4 SCVs worth of damage. As Bunny trying to find harassment back across the map with the Reaper and his Hellion. Oracle getting low. Manages to snipe 6 SCVs though. Finally will run out of energy as the Stroud onto the Hellion. Finds 3 kills of its own, but a second Oracle is across the map now. For Bunny, this might start to spiral out of control. It looks as though he has Marines in the mineral line. As, oh, Bunny, this micro is beautiful. Trying to just pick up Marines when they're low. Oh, gorgeous. Still going to lose a few. Oracle has to get on out. Might just go down. Overall, Oracle, 7 SCVs and 6 probes go down. It's an even trade. Definitely not what Trap wanted, but he's still up 35 workers to 29. And now Phoenix production is started. Gotta say that micro from Bunny was pretty sexy. Now gonna be going across the map to Widow Mines in that medevac. Not really a lot available in the main here, just the Oracles. They can, of course, get Revelations onto the Widow Mines. But if your response isn't immediate, it could be very easy for a lot more probe kills to go down. The Oracles are moving away. Medevac has found its way in. Trap, immediate response, pulls the probes. Immediate with the zaps. Great response from Trap. Both these players trading blows. And now Bunny going to be working on +1 and Stim. The Phoenix should be able to catch the medevac, although Cyclone and Viking able to push them back. Stalker's coming in to join this though, and actually Trap wanting to be a little bit annoying here. And Bunny is just right now gearing up for his timing attack. Stim combat shields, 3 racks, Marines and Marauders with the medevacs, and the Widow Mines. It's your standard timing attack. It's going to be hitting a little bit later just because of how the openings went. The fact that you had to get a Cyclone out, a Viking. It's a little bit slower than your usual Widow Mine drop into 645 Stim combat shield +1 timing attack. But still should be fairly powerful. And I imagine behind this, Bunny will just try and head into a third base eventually. For now, is not going to be really thinking anything of that, though, at the moment. Blink on the way, +1. More gateways for Trap. Does have also a solid 3-base economy that is now working at full power. As here comes the attack. Bunny trying to line it up. 7:30 is about when it's going to find its way across the map. It's a little bit later than you would like, but still, it's going to be a strong time attack. It's before the gateways are done. They will just be finishing up as this hits. Oh, Cyclone. It's a bit low. Nice dodge there. And Stim 4 is going to come through. Blink not done quite yet, and actually Trap's caught a little bit out of position. A lot of units are going to go down immediately. Scan comes down, more Stalkers getting focused down, and Bunny just continuing to stim forward here. Blink is finally done, but it's just a little bit too late before Trap's losses are quite serious. More Widow Mine's going to be added on in here. The immediate pickups onto them. A lot of Marines have gone down. Still remaining. Nice snipe there. Marauders can actually start to fight this, though. Widow Mine gets burrowed. More units being brought in. Widow Mine shot. Ooh, gets dragged. Bunny almost had the ability to refocus that as here we go. Once again, trying to fight, just trying to find damage as he's kiting back. Overall, Trap manages to defend, and for the Terran, it's a situation that you're not entirely happy with. Your third base will be going up, but you wanted just a little bit more there. Another Widow Mine drop gonna be sent out. Will actually get sniped, or will get scouted by the proxy Stargate. Bunny should go on his way to clean that up, as the fourth base is gonna start for Trap fairly shortly. Robotics Facility, Twilight Council, +1 armor charge. Everything gonna be coming through here for the Protoss player. And it's a Ghost Academy on the way for Bunny. Bunny's going to start to look for another timing attack here, actually. +1 armor is almost finishing up. Ooh, nice deny there on the Widow Mine drop. And Ghost production has also begun for Bunny. Now working on his 4th command center, continued Widow Mine production. The real issue is, even while Bunny is ahead in supply, he has a larger army, he's even on workers. What is going to be your answer to the fact that Trap has this 4th base? And of course, this 4th command center won't be that far behind. It's actually fairly close. The issue is, if Trap manages to hold on against this attack, then suddenly Bunny is in a world of trouble with trying to get back into this game. But right now, he's in a pretty good position. This attack catching out the Stalkers. Does have EMPs available. These High Templar don't have Storm quite yet, and there are the ability to either snipe or EMP that energy away. Feedback immediately goes down on one of the Ghosts. Stim back in. High Templar being pulled back. Trap doing a good job of keeping those units out of range of the EMP potential. Storm goes down. Does actually miss, though. EMP immediately onto those High Templar. Have to be morphed on into an Archon. Bunny continuing to fight this with just a small group of units is having reinforcements come across the map. We're going to try and continue to rally units here across the map. More Ghosts being added on. Enhanced Shockwave's almost done, and once that upgrade is finished, the power of this push is just exponentiated as High Templar. For Storm, the EMP Fortunately, catches it afterwards. Immediately, the Observer is picked off. Now it's a 172 supply Bunny to a 142 supply Trap. The army is just massive here for the Terran player. And Trap, he sent out a lot of Zealots on a counterattack. Oh, that EMP gets so much value. These Stalkers all so low. And Bunny is obviously nervous. He doesn't know exactly where the rest of the army is. Now sees it as it goes into the third base. Where are the reinforcements? They have to be pulled back. Immediately 10 workers going down. 13 SCVs fall. Marine Marauder will be used to respond. Bunny did scan for another Observer. Is going to continue to try and push this. Has so many ghosts already available to him. Those EMPs get the shields off almost everything. Another EMP gets the High Templar energy down, and right now Bunny continuing to try and push this location. Shield battery overcharge is about to run out. As Storm drops! So much damage. Medevacs have to pick up. Bunny running away. And try and get another EMP is another Storm drop on the army as it's unloading. Another attack though, making its way towards this other base. Immediately a recall has to be popped. So you have the Widow Mines here, going to be able to get a little bit of value. One shot does go amiss, but now Trap trying to push all the way across the map, but you're pushing into a planetary. I don't think this is the call here for Trap. Starts to lose just a little bit much. The Immortals are going to go down. The Marauders with their concussive shell are going to be able to clean up the rest of the Stalkers. Now Trap continuing to try and push this onto the third base. The Terran has enough, and Bunny taking favorable trades all across the map right now. Triple drop is loaded up. 2 Colossus at a time in production here for Trap. Is going to have 3. With extended thermal lance, with the +2. These medevacs will skirt vision of the Xel'Naga Watchtower. It's game 1. 13 minutes back and forth. Neither of the players seem to be able to get a concrete advantage. The Observer snipes, though, from Bunny have been absolutely on point, and it feels like this really is Bunny almost back in his peak form. It's seeming like his control is there, the awareness is there. When people were thinking that Bunny might just be the best Terran in the world suddenly, feels like he's almost back to that, as this 5th base is going to get denied. No real chance for it to go up with the Liberators sieging up. Trap is just going to have to concede that. His Zealots get cleaned up at the Xel'Naga Watchtower. Bunny has to be careful. He's going to manage to get away. Loses Stalker, or he loses a medevac for it. As drops into the main, actually. Bunny was forced away from his position. Instead, just goes straight to the main. That's extended thermal lance. That's going to get sniped. Templar Archive is going to be next on the docket. Trap immediately warps in 5 Templar to try and make up for it. Feedbacks go down onto the Ghosts. Mass feedbacks onto every single one of them. As now EMPs go down, the Colossus are coming in to reinforce this. Bunny just going to retreat back to the Liberators, but still the Colossus can attack him from outside their range. They're not set up perfectly. He's going to have to get on out. The Storms are massive. Luckily, he's going to be able to get out with most everything. The Liberators are cleaned up now, dropping back down at the 4th base. Bunny being absolutely brutal with how much he's trying to apply this pressure. Picks up the Ghosts, gets them out. Now has gathered his entire army here to try and find an attack. Snipes the Observer once again. EMPs away the energy on one of those High Templar. There's still some left, though. It's 4 Colossus as EMPs are going to go down. Storms onto the army, though. And there is so much here for Trap. There are not enough Vikings to try and deal with it. The medevacs cannot heal up these units fast enough. The CC is going to have to be lifted. Widow Mine shots actually getting a bit of value here. And again, Trap, you're trying to push into a planetary fortress, but already loses a Colossus. EMPs go down. Storm is used. As here we go, Trap's trying to end the game here. SCVs are going to have to be pulled. You're fighting outside the planetary range. But still, the Marines and Marauders getting so much value, but the juggles from Trap are absolutely beautiful. GG, Trap is going to win game 1 after a crazy back and forth. All right. Here we are. It's Bunny, top right. And the bottom left. The one, the only, Trap. Trap is going to scout out for proxies, and of course I think that's a pretty smart idea considering that Glittering Ashes is a pretty big map. What does that mean? Well, it means that realistically as the Terran, if you don't want to play a macro game, which I'm kind of guessing against a player like Trap, Bunny is not the most excited about doing, then you might just want to cheese. So, Trap scouts just to make sure that that isn't the case. He's going to get a full scout of everything, make sure there's no hidden barracks, and then we'll scout out the main base to see if the barracks have been placed there. Yeah, that game 1 was... it was so close. I mean, it felt like really either player could have taken it. It felt like Trap, I think, had the right transition with the 4 Colossus. Kind of hiding those, especially, until he knew that there was going to need to be a big fight. And there's a game-deciding fight. And even though you, of course, Bunny had... Vikings didn't have enough out, and so his army gets collapsed on. He thinks he can take the fight, but not quite. And then ends up losing as, oh, I forgot to put my caster thing back up. Bang, bang. Look at that. I got it. I remembered. So, probe here getting pretty low. A bit of misfires, though, from the Reaper. As Stargate goes down, proxied once again by Trap. Shield battery on the way to help deal with this bunker behind the natural. We're just going to see a little bit of a micro battle that usually does go on. Reaper will jump out. We should see a salvage on that bunker. Oh, the Reaper goes down. That is always a bit unfortunate. Stargate is going to be finishing up, and 4 Marines in a bunker at the natural. Not going to be the best at defending, we'll see. Should be immediately the Chrono Boost onto it. Widowmine's at home. It looks like Bunny is just going to be going for your standard Widowmine drop. Very much the same build that he just did. Has a few units there in the main, just in case there is something. Should burrow 1 Widowmine right behind that refinery, in case there is an Oracle coming across the map. And if Trap does lose this first Oracle, then it can actually be pretty big. You're really relying a lot on this proxy to get damage done because you're building it across the map. As Widowmine does burrow a little bit further forward than you'd probably like. There's another one there in the mineral line. We'll see. Trap here is waiting for 2 Oracles, and if both of them do end up getting sniped by these Widowmines, be a very unfun situation. Actually going up to 3. This is ridiculous, as though those 2 Widowmines get loaded up into the medevac. And Trap just delaying these Oracles for so long. I think Bunny thinks that there's nothing going on. It's like, oh yeah, it's okay. There's nothing happening here. It's finally the Oracles are going to find their way on into the main base. Marines are there, but you have 3 Oracles, honestly. You can clean up those Marines, and that's absolutely what Trap is going to do. Pulls 1 away. He's going to continue to try and find damage. Has to pull the second one away as well. Widowmines do burrow. Target fire. Oh my! 13 probes end up going down. The 3 Oracles don't get any value. Are going to have to try and dive on in, stop this missile turret from going up, but it still does. 1 Oracle goes down, and this is a horrible start for Trap this game. Going to dive back on in, but extremely low in health. And this is just a brutal game for Trap. +1 and Blink on the way. Trap is managing to probe back up into a decent position. Has managed to finally equalize on that worker count. The issue is you're spending all your money just trying to get back into an even position while Bunny is producing units. He's getting a stronger and stronger army with his own upgrades that are going to be ahead of those of Trap. And this time he's not going to hit a late timing attack at 7:30. No, this time he's going to be hitting the 6:45 move out. Let me tell you, this is going to be a dangerous looking push. This drop does get scouted. Stalker Warpin's going to be able to keep it away as Oracle's trying to find their way into the main base. The push out is coming. Trap, I mean, feels like he's not prepared in any way for any of this right now as Widow Mines, Marines, Marauders, and the Raven. Immediately the anti-armor missiles pop down, and look how fast those units just absolutely get shredded. As the auto turret as well, finding some value. Widow Mines getting some shots off as here we go. Bunny's stimming on in, the cannon is down. More Widow Mine shots managing to find value. The Oracles are going to fall. More units are coming in. GG. Bunny. Clean game number 2. All right. Exciting, exciting. I mean, we're getting into the thick of it. We are getting into the thick of it. And Trap, interesting. It's going to be going for the gateway placement that does deny Reapers from hopping onto the high ground. Of course, I think this is a choice because of the map. Berlingrad is a good map for Reapers. You'll definitely see a few Terran players go for it as Bunny is going for the quick wall off here. Well, why is he doing that? Because there's 2 barracks on the way. That's why. Oh, Bunny gonna be looking for some double Reaper action here. Actually, it might work out nicely for Trap because, of course, he does have the wall off at the top of the ramp, or the top of the jump up location in his main base. I will say this works out. It's an interesting build from Bunny. 2 Reapers now on the way. Going to be sending them across the map eventually. And it's going to be a little bit of a delayed kind of harassment option here for Bunny. And, I mean, the real question is how much damage are you going to get done with it? Because realistically, you're going to have a Stalker or an Adept out by the time that these Reapers come across the map. Bunny is going to fully scout for proxies. There's going to be no proxy Stargate this game. Instead, the Stargate will be at home. Let's see. Marines now in production are going to be able to stop this probe from harassing the building CC as the factory is started up, and now Stargate about a little more than halfway done as another jump up spot is denied. Reapers should be seen here, and there 3 Reapers versus Stalker is not exactly the most fair fight, especially with 2 Stalkers here. Bunny just going to try and dodge him away. It's a KD8 charge to push the Stalkers to the side. Now we're just going to try and dive on and see how many probe kills he can get. The answer right now is only 3. Not the best value for the investment that Bunny did commit. Actually, I don't know if he'll be able to get out. Yeah. Trapped by the wall. All in all, 3 workers for 3 Reapers. Not the best trade. You wanted just a little bit more. Unfortunately, Trap was completely prepared. Trap had the wall off. Trap was ready. As we're now going to be going into 3 racks. Bunny going to be immediately switching over into a very, very aggressive opener. I mean, this is one that Beyond loves to do. Bunker is up, so the Oracles, or the Stalker is going to be pushed back. The Oracle heading into the main. There are already Marines there. Third Rax does finish up Engineering Bay. Also going to be finishing up shortly, and Bunny should be able to head pretty quickly into his stim and combat shields. +1 will follow very, very shortly. And once again, it's going to be Bunny looking for this timing attack. It worked last game. It's going to work again. On the way for Trap. And overall this game going to pretty much stalemate until around 6 minutes 45 seconds when we should see Bunny finally start to move out across the map. I love this though. Trap actually is going to set up stasis wards, and the main reason is when Bunny moves out, those stasis wards should slow down any sort of push if Bunny does not have a Marine ahead of his army. And in the case that those stasis wards are actually hit, then suddenly Bunny does not have half of his army for the attack and has to pull back, has to take his third base, and just turn it into a macro game or go even more all in. And so it ends up being a really tough position for the Terran. So I love that Trap is getting those set up preemptively, using that energy on the Oracles that isn't really going to be used elsewhere, as he's just flying around, laying down revelations. Upgrades are going to be finishing up. Concussive Shell on the way, and oh, this just makes me so nervous. It's such a strong push that's going to be coming out from Bunny, and Trap is literally trying to bait him. As there we go, first stage sword only gets 2 units. Bunny should now be aware of the threat. As oh no, second one gets a lot more than 2 units. As now Bunny's push is going to be delayed a bit longer than he would have liked. It will allow for Concussive Shell to finish up and actually push forward with the rest of his units. And this is just giving time for Trap to get his charge, to get his +1, work on building up his army. He's going to dodge the third stasis trap. He's actually going to weave his way around the long way, so Bunny going to avoid any more issues of getting his units stuck. They say that, making a beeline for the next one. Oh no, Bunny! Oh, as Stalkers are now into the natural base, Bunny doesn't have half of his army for this push. It doesn't look like a ton of it got captured. Oh, another stasis ward. Oh my god, Trap is just being absolutely brutal. But does Trap have enough at home to deal with this? I mean, the army is going to come in to reinforce. Gateways are going down. Bunny's just stimming on into the natural to try and find return damage. And there's not really much that Trap can do to hold on. The Nexus goes down. Bunny is just trying to find return damage right now. Stalkers have to be brought back. He's going to look for the kills onto the Nexuses. So here we go. Probe kill's going to go down. Pylons should get focused. Oh, all the probes go down. And now the blink forward. I mean, Bunny, this army is forfeit. He's going to try and get as much damage as possible, but Trap absolutely cleans it up. 29 workers go down, but across the map, Bunny took almost equal, if not more, damage. I would have loved to see Bunny target down the Nexus. There's some nice snipes onto the medevacs. Bunny's still trying to get up a strong enough army to attack, and he might just have to pull the boys. I think that has to be the plan right now for Bunny. Is you have 1-1, you have your upgrades, push out, pull the SCVs, and try and just find the miracle fight, because right now, Trap just has so much. As Widowmine shots are baited, and that just hurts even more. Widowmine shot does get quite a bit of value, but I think that Trap just has enough here to push this through and find the win. And there we go. CCs are lifted up. Trap is just going to fight into the workers. Is going to find even more damage. CC is lifted up, but Guardian Shield is popped, and I just don't feel like right now, really, there's a lot of hope for Bunny. Trap going to continue to try and push it. Another stim. SCVs once again are being pulled. And actually, Bunny going to try and chase this down, but doesn't have a lot of medevacs. Doesn't have a lot of healing with this army. It's another stim, but your army's so low health, Bunny, and the blink backs are decent enough. The Trap should be able to take a good trade. Bunny trying his hardest to micro this out. Even with 3 orbital commands, I don't know if it's quite going to be enough. Link backs go through. And the fight is still continuing on, but it's 3 bases right now for Trap. He's reestablished the natural. Has +1/+1 himself, is working on the shield upgrades as well. And if Bunny was just able to heal up this army, if he was able to have the HP to continue to try and fight and push this down, maybe he can make it work. But now the Protoss army is sitting ahead in supply of him. Widowmine shot is going to be baited. Bunny's going to fight this one out, but it might just be a situation where you have to try and force the fight, pull the boys, and go from there. Trap is just approaching this so methodically. Slowly finding damage, slowly getting value. As here we go, Bunny pushing a little bit too far forward. Great old position micro from Trap. He's just gonna look to win the game here with Stalkers himself. The boys have to be pulled. I mean, Bunny has no hope of holding unless he has these SCVs fight with him. He's trying to fight it. It's +1 versus +1 though. And the Protoss army is just so strong. Blink and charge. Here we go. SCVs being pulled. Bunny gonna try and fight it. The Widowmine's actually got decent shots as the Marauders stim forward, but the Zealots are just so tanky, and the Stalkers, they will never not be able to dodge almost all of this damage. More reinforcements are being brought down, but honestly, Bunny being able to thin it out. The 4th Nexus is on the way, though, for Trap. He's currently mining so much more than his opponent. Immortal is here. Bunny tries to push. DTs are warped in. Widowmines are, pushed forward, but when most of your army supply is Widowmines, it's not really that good. Oh my god, the Widowmine shots are actually insane. Never mind, maybe you can win the game with Widowmines. I was lying. As Bunny gonna try and save his units, but realistically this game should be pretty over. Bunny's gonna try and fight it out. He's gonna try and see if he can somehow get a victory, but it's 2 base versus 4 right now. And a majority of Bunny's army supply is in Widow Mines. I love this here. Widow Mines being broed. Probe kills are actually going to go through. Widow Mine is going to get denied. And right now, Bunny, I mean, what's the plan? Third base? I don't know if you can even really hold a third base. Right now, Trap has 1-1-1. He's working with, it's going to be working with Archons, Blink Stalkers, and Charge Lots. As the medevac goes down, Widow Mine is dropped out, but scan wasted. DT just taking out, threatening the missile turret. He says, I'll clean that up later. I don't need to right now. The Bunny's gonna look for a push at 63 supply versus 62. Try and find some way back into this game. Here we go. I mean, it's a decently large army for Bunny. And it's not like his army is small by any stretch of the imagination. And he has all the upgrades that he would want as, I mean, manages to snipe the Warp Prism, but loses so much for it. The Widow Mine shots are good, but they're not good enough. GG is called! And Trap is going to get the 2-1 victory.